Welcome to DP2 Lifeboat, your guide to 10 offshore emergencies. You ever get the feeling your office could drift off to sea? Well, on a DP2 vessel, that's not a what if, it's a reality. We're talking about some of the most challenging work environments on the planet, where the unexpected isn't just a possibility, it's practically written into the job description. And that's why we're here. This ain't your grandma's safety video, folks. We're diving headfirst into 10 real-life emergency scenarios that can pop up on a DP2 offshore supply vessel. Whether you're a seasoned salt or just starting out, knowing what to do when things go sideways can be the difference between a bad day and a full-blown catastrophe. We're talking loss of position, engine failures, communication blackouts, even the occasional close encounter of the fiery kind. Consider this your crash course, your go-to guide for drills, audits, and most importantly, the real deal. First up, the dreaded "where the heck are we" scenario. You lose your position reference and suddenly, it feels like you're navigating with a blindfold on. First things first, don't panic. That never helped anyone. You gotta act fast and act right. Check those backup references like your life depends on it, because out here it might. Switch that failed system to advisory, or hit the big red button and reject it outright. Cross-check everything against your other systems, because 2 heads, or in this case 2 GPS, are always better than 1. Log that failure like you're writing a novel, because the details matter. Inform the captain, that's the big dog, and figure out if you can keep working within those ASOG limits. Alright, picture this. You're cruising along, minding your own business, when suddenly, a thruster decides to take a vacation. Not ideal, right? First thing, that DP alarm is going to be singing you the blues. Figure out which one of those thrusters decided to call it quits. Check those redundancy limits. Are you still good to go, or are you running on fumes? Keep your eyes glued to the vessel's movement like you're watching the winning touchdown. This ain't the time for a coffee break. Get the captain and the chief engineer in the loop ASAP. They'll want to know what's going on. And for Pete's sake, don't forget to document everything in the DP logbook and PMS. We gotta learn from our mistakes, right? Let's talk about losing power. Not just a flicker, but a full-blown blackout. The kind that makes you question if you paid the electric bill. First off, that trusty backup generator should kick in like a well-trained boxer. But if the DP starts doing the jitterbug, you gotta take control. Switch to manual or grab that joystick and hold on tight. This is an all-hands-on-deck situation. Get the ECR and the captain on the horn yesterday. If your position is looking sketchier than a back alley tattoo, it's time to hit the panic button. DP alert, red alert, whatever you call it, scream it from the rooftops. And if you're playing footsie with a platform, get ready for an emergency disconnect system, EDS party. Not fun, trust me. Log everything and figure out what caused this mess in the first place. Chapter 4, MRU and Gyro Failure. When your compass goes haywire. Ever spun around till you're dizzy and disoriented? That's what happens to your vessel when the MRU or gyro decides to take a nosedive. But, hey, we're prepared, right? We've got backups for our backups. So, hit the switch, bring that understudy online. Now, keep an eagle eye on your heading. Is she steady as she goes, or are we doing the rumba? Redundancy is the name of the game out here. Make sure you're still playing by the rules. And of course, no emergency is complete without the captain knowing about it. Log it, learn from it, and let's hope it doesn't happen again. But this is life offshore, so don't bet on it. Chapter 5. Radio silence. When you can't even get a text back. Imagine this. You're trying to order a pizza, but your phone's dead. Frustrating, right? Now imagine you're trying to tell a platform you're about to move $1 million piece of equipment and your comms are down. Suddenly pizza seems insignificant. First things first, ditch the dead phone, or in our case, the busted radio. We've got backup communication systems for a reason, folks. Let the bridge team know you've gone analog. And hold your horses with any operations until you can chat safely again. Now go old school. Use that satellite phone, flag them with semaphore, send a carrier pigeon, whatever it takes to get a message to the platform. And yeah, you guessed it. Log the whole shebang. Tell your friendly neighborhood ETO if they need to work their magic on those busted comms. Chapter 6. Lost in Space. When all position references go AWOL, we're talking worst-case scenario here. All your positioning systems have decided to take a simultaneous coffee break. You're officially flying blind. Time to channel your inner Neil Armstrong, folks, because we're navigating the great unknown. First, forget the fancy tech. Switch to manual, grab that joystick, or set those drift-off limits. This is an all-hands-on-deck situation, DEFCON 1. Alert the captain and every warm body on board. If you're close to a platform, things just got real interesting. Get ready to disconnect or abort the mission, and I'm not talking about the Tom Cruise movie. Visuals and radar are your new best friends if you're near anything solid. And if you're too close for comfort, get ready to activate the emergency disconnect system. Log everything, because this is one for the record books. Chapter 7. Drifting Away. When your vessel gets a case of the Wanders, that DP excursion alarm, yeah, that's not the sound of success. It's the sound of your vessel deciding to go on an unscheduled adventure. First things first, acknowledge the alarm. Ignoring it won't make it go away. Now play detective. Which of those systems decided to take an early lunch break? Get the captain on the line because it's about to get bumpy. If you're moving cargo or playing with ROVs, hit the pause button. Safety first, folks. Now try to wrestle back control, or if things are looking dicey, exit DP mode faster than you can say emergency disconnect. Remember that fire drill you slept through? Yeah, now's the time to wish you paid attention. Fire in the engine room, or worse, the DP control room, is about as bad as it gets. First, hit that general alarm like it owes you money. Get everyone's attention because this ain't a drill. Evacuate the area faster than a cheetah on roller skates. And if you're anywhere near those generators or switchboards, cut the power. We don't need any extra sparks flying around. If you're hooked up to a platform, give them a heads up. They'll appreciate the warning. Now muster the crew and get to work putting out that inferno. Remember what they say, fight fire with fire. Extinguishers. Remember that emergency disconnect system, EDS, we keep mentioning? Yeah, this is where it gets real. When you hit that button, everything connected to the platform, winches, cargo lines, even the gangway, is going to say see you later. The vessel's going to scoot back to a safe distance, either under its own power or with a little help from those trusty thrusters. Let the platform know what's up. They're going to want to be in the loop. And if the DP's still doing the Macarena, switch to manual or grab that joystick. Time to show that vessel who's boss. Working offshore means you're basically playing chess with Mother Nature, and let's be honest, she usually wins. When the weather turns sour, you gotta be ready to fold your hand and live to play another day. So, the wind's howling, the waves are doing their best tsunami impression, and your weather report looks like something out of a disaster movie. Time to act fast. Alert the bridge team and the captain. This is their cue to shine. Put all those critical operations on hold. Nobody's getting a gold star for bravery today. Decide if you're moving to safer waters or just battening down the hatches. Either way, let the platform know what's going on. And of course, log the event and update that weather report. Maybe add a few dramatic adjectives for flair. So there you have it. 10 real-life emergencies that can turn a normal day on a DP2 vessel into a full-blown adventure. Remember folks, this ain't just about passing an audit or acing a drill, it's about knowing your stuff when the pressure's on. Because out here, the stakes are higher than a game of Texas Hold'em. Regular drills aren't just a suggestion, they're your best friend. The more you practice, the better you'll react when that alarm goes off for real. And keep this guide handy. Think of it as your pocket-sized survival manual for the high seas, because when you're working offshore, knowledge isn't just power, it's peace of mind. Stay safe, stay sharp, and remember, the only dumb question is the one you don't ask.